to make somebody leave you or something like that as well?
We just had flashing
Causing
lights.
chaos in your love life.
Well,
They
it just
going to
ended.
hell for that. What's the water here?
I don't care.
What about the
But I
water?
can still talk about it because it's still true. But I just had
Married
the
in
flash.
reverse. Look at that.
And I thought I'll
They are
do a
intimidating.
video where this thing's up
Okay?
to speaking
Somebody did not want you to get
on
married,
the scanner.
but you changed. Something is
Right.
changing now. You're about to get married. They are so intimidated. You're about to get in a relationship or you will be getting married. A narcissist.
Will
Yeah,
I?
you're not marrying a narcissist.
I've
Okay,
had
that's weird,
different
twisted
opinions
individual.
about marriage recently.
That doesn't have any worth
Well,
or
it's still
self-worth.
flash
or
again.
value.
Look, we're getting a...
You're like irritate this person demons. And
like.
you're unimpressed by the story.
He says, stuck it. Oh,
They're
here,
very
get the
much
flashing
on
back.
track.
It's back.
So
You know,
somebody
she talks about a
married a
reading
narcissist or
where they try to
relationship
stop
with a
something,
narcissist or something,
and then it
don't
comes
deal
back.
with
It's the first time I've seen the
Okay,
flashing
that's
stop and then
good.
come back. That I know of.
Yeah, you are focusing on your established routine. And yeah, somebody wanted you to marry a narcissist so that your second house will go in a reverse, or wanted you to get with a narcissist so that your second house will go in a reverse. AKA,
It's funny
everything
that you hear a
you
whole
own,
bunch of
claim in your own
bullshit,
possessions has everything to
and
do
then
with
there's
your
times of
self-worth.
truth.
If you
Definitely when I
don't
speak
feel like
about
somebody
stuff,
is worthy
if
to
I,
be in your
as I
life,
video,
they get to
I
go.
guess they would know
Somebody
about it,
toxic,
and they'd make sure that they
drinking,
don't bullshit
partying,
too
that's
much. What do you reckon?
to a divine
But that's another whole
or divine
conversation I'll have with
destiny.
people
Somebody
in that
get involved
field
with those type of
for real instead of entertainment.
Okay.
Because
Somebody's a
that
weird
field
twisted
has actually
individual that's
got
narcissist.
a science,
Yeah.
spiritual,
Sixth house.
weird
What somebody
connection.
was doing on a routine,
Huh?
they fucked up. They done met their match. Cause you balling. And they was spreading a lot of
And I
lies
can
that
show
had
you my
legal
feelings, and then
issues, and if that
back to
came out
myself.
bad, if that
As I
best
talked
friend,
about before,
somebody's best friend,
if I talk
truth
less
got revealed
and
that this
hear
person
less
is
of
partying or playing
the
games,
problems,
like,
it doesn't
you divorced or
bother me.
broke up with your ex-lover, so that you can love yourself. And this person been
You
hella
only get
pissed
upset when you have a problem
because
kid
the
that just
situation
keeps being a
involves
problem,
somebody's
you know what I
belief
mean?
system. They really
And so you
believe
hand it off
that you
to
were
a social
irresponsible
worker or something like that.
in the connection with this person, and it was really them. So it's like
I hand it over to God and go, good luck with that, and see that outcome.
How responsible you are, how loving you are, how nurturing you
Can't
are.
fix
how-
it. That's all
how
you can
loyal
do, isn't
you
it?
are, how-
Deal with it and
like everything.
see what God's got
It's
to
like
do with
they
it.
making this
See if he does
narcissist
anything.
like a ass.
A lot of time he doesn't.
Everybody they just looking at this person.
A lot of times you just
Shaking
move
their
away
head.
and don't have to worry about it again.
So they
Maybe
need to proceed.
God will go, let it go. And perhaps something does happen, you don't know.
Somebody want to be more than friends, and they are intimidated because they are slacker, and you keeping your distance from this person. You don't deal with slackers.
Do they have a disease or anything? When it comes to people who may be
Somebody want to
slackers,
be more than friends.
there
They
should
need
be a
to proceed
reason.
with caution.
Some have good reasons to be a slacker more than others, you know what I mean?
For some of y'all, somebody that's LGBTQ.
That's what
want
I've
to be more
always
than
talked
friends,
about.
and you don't get
I actually
down
know the
with that.
people who have no problems,
Okay,
and
they
yet
can't
they're
get
the
you
biggest
off their
slackers I've
mind.
ever met. Isn't that odd?
Balling.
That I know people with no problems being the biggest slacker
They can't get you off their
than
mind
people
because
with
your
all
conscience is
illnesses that I
full of
met,
their mooching.
including people with
Child,
Down
please.
syndrome.
And everybody woke that this person was talking hella shit, and they ain't know what
Perhaps
the fuck
because
they was talking about
they get it
you.
so easy with their pretty
How
faces and
responsible you are, this
they're
person
so
is a
good
copycat doodle.
that they
This is
turn
a
into that
bullshit.
person that just
That's
wants
a
to laugh and
copycat.
carry on
They
and
can't get you off their
use
mind
everyone
because they
else's
wanted to be more than
excuses
friends with you.
and be slack. Well, they do
And they
it.
tried to hide the fact that you really was chilling. I don't know what the lies they were saying about you.
Oh, well, they
but
do.
maybe that's
Like I
why
said,
somebody is
you-
not
I've put
answering
up
the phone,
fishing
because they was
lines
telling somebody, oh, yeah, I
in
heard,
some
I
clips.
seen so-and-so.
One of you
Yeah,
get to
they
know
ain't
what a
doing
fishing
good.
line is.
You gotta
And
find out
they're
you're doing
true,
real good. You
but then
look at how you looking,
not
how
at the
you take care of
time.
yourself.
You know what I
And
mean?
everything is in order in your life. From friendships,
And so I can still bring up the
relationships,
feelings of
family
truth.
ships, whatever. Everything is in order.
Have you ever had that when you had a death kind of thing? And so
Fire in a
you can
reverse.
talk about things and something might sound upsetting. That's because you're
Fire in
talking
reverse.
about
Yeah,
it.
the truth got revealed. It's about to be that this person is an energy vampire. This person has been an energy vampire. They all
Anyway, we're going to leave it there.
It's like
About the energy vampire.
energy vampires.
They love that word, don't they? See you later.
Somebody's very